Okay, so with sketching graphs, you want to think about the general shape first of all, and we can see we've got a quadratic. Now, if it's a positive x squared, it's going to be a happy face, isn't it? And if it's a negative x squared, it's going to be a sad face. So it looks like we've got a positive x squared here. So the general shape of this graph is definitely going to be a happy face, and that's important to know. All right. And so that's the general thing. Now we've got to think about where does it cross these coordinate axes, and where's the minimum point? Well, if you think about what's the x minus 1 all squared is always going to be positive, isn't it? Any negative number squared is going to be positive. So that first part of the expression is always positive. And then we're going to take away some number that's bigger than 4. So do you see the smallest I can possibly make this first expression is when x equals 1. Because 1 times 1 is 0, and 0 squared is 0, times it by 4 is still 0. So that's the lowest I can possibly make this expression, and that is the minimum point. Okay, so when x, so I'm somewhere below 4, let's call this number minus a, and that's and up here is 1. This is the bottom of my happy face. Okay, and I can see that I'm going to have to find 3 points with this examiner. Okay, to answer his question or her question. So let's find these points first. Now I hope you agree this is where y is equal to 0, isn't it? So if I put my y equals 0 into this equation, I need to come up with some expression involving a. So if I add a to both sides, that's what's going to happen, isn't it? If I divide by 4, I'm going to get x minus 1 all squared, and then if I square root, I'm going to get what? Root a divided by 2 equals x minus 1. And of course, you mustn't forget when you square root something, you get plus or minus, which is good if you want to. And then if I add 1 to both sides, I'm going to get x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of a over 2. So presumably the larger one is on the positive one, it's going to be 1 plus the square root of a divided by 2. And the smaller one will be 1 take away the square root of a minus 2. So that's those 2 points taken care of. I should probably, I'll add in, I'll make them into coordinates in a second. Okay, so I need to think about this line crossing the y-axis now. Now that happens when x equals 0. So let's put x equals 0 into here and see what happens. So y will be equal to, now 0 taken by 1 is minus 1, squared is plus 1, times by 4 is 4, so it'll be 4 minus a. So this point, this y coordinate would be 4 minus a. So that's it really. Let's just make these into coordinates. Oops. So that's that one and this one. Okay, and that coordinate's written down there, 0, 4 minus a, and the minimum point will be along 1 and down minus a. And that's my 4 important coordinates. So I've answered the question. There's the turning point. Let's see how we've done. Okay, so as soon as you see that x squared, a positive x squared, doesn't matter what's around the x, okay, you know you've got a happy face, and that'll give you the general idea about what the graph should look like. And it looks like they've given us the turning point. Yes, they have. 1, minus a, and the rest we've got right, as we can see from the picture. Great.